Good morning, third graders. Today we're going to talk about how to use a number line to round numbers to the nearest 10. When I round a number, I'm finding another number that's very close to it so that I can use it for easier calculations. We can use rounding to make estimates or educated guesses that help us when we're adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing. We can also use rounding in situations where we don't need an exact answer. But what does rounding mean and how do I do it? Let's jump right into looking at an example. Round 42 to the nearest 10. What this is asking me to do is to find the 10 that is closest to 42. Let's look at our number 42. I see that 42 has 4 tens and 2 ones, so it's 4 tens and a little bit more. The 10 that is just below 42 is 40. The 10 that is just above 42 is 50. Now I'm going to fill in my number line. Let's take a look at the number line we've created. I can see that on one end I have 40, that is the 10 just below 42, and on one end I have 50. I can find 42 on my number line. Remember, when I'm rounding, I'm looking for the 10 that 42 is closest to. Well, I can see that 42 is only 2 spaces away from 40, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces away from 50. 42 is much closer to 40, so when I round 42 to the nearest 10, I get 40. Let's try another example. Round 57 to the nearest 10. Again, I'm looking for what 2 tens 57 is between. Well, I see a 5 in the tens place, so I know that 5 tens, or 50, will be just below it, and 6 tens, or 60, will be just above it. The 2 tens 57 is between are 50 and 60. I'm going to fill in the rest of my number line. I can see that I've filled in my number line between 50 and 60. Here, 57 is located. Remember, when I'm rounding to the nearest 10, I want to find which 10 the number 57 is closest to. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces away from 50, and 1, 2, 3 spaces away from 60. 57 is much closer to 60, so when I round to the nearest 10, I get 60. Let's look at one more example. Round 85 to the nearest 10. I see that 85 has 8 tens. So one of the tens that it is between is 80. And the next 10, 9 tens, 90. Now I can fill in my number line. I've filled in my number line and located 85. 85 is tricky, because it is exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away from 80, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away from 90. It is in the exact middle of 80 and 90. It's the midpoint of the number line. But when we see a 5 in that place, when we're at the midpoint, we're going to go ahead and round up. 85 would round up to 90. So, if I am going to round, I'm going to find the 2 tens my number falls between, and I'm going to see which one of those tens does it fall closer to. If the number in the ones place is less than 5, it will be closer to my smaller 10. If the number in the ones place is 5 or more, it will be closer to my larger 10. You've done a great job with this video. Now it's time for you to practice.